Hello everyone, this is Okan and we are here for our week 2 power rankings, not rankings, power tierings with our fellow coach Fuzzlekins. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. I'm unprepared, but I'm ready to give it my best shot.
Yeah, I promised power rankings to you last season, so like I'm paying it now.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is, since most of the teams are so close, instead of doing let me close my email. So
Oh no, important
yeah,
business
yeah.
documents.
So uh, basically, we're just gonna watch the games and then we're gonna tier because everyone is so close in the rankings.
Yeah.
It's not an accurate ranking. It would be better as tierings. So we will
Mhm.
start with Yevan versus Alex.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you remember the game. Basically, Silvally destroyed
Um.
his
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
team.
Savali was like just
Yeah.
just dominating.
Nobody can still explain the tail slap things. The
Yeah, that was
show
that was really weird. I remember seeing that and going like, what? Why did that happen?
I did that before in the console. I think I also saw it with the Excelgor Palosand teams. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, it got redirected, but then it worked. I never see it fail like this. I still can't explain
Yeah,
why.
yeah. It should still work. So I don't get it.
And I don't know how much two tail slaps from Minchino would have done to Clefable, considering how
Yeah, I don't
like
I don't think it
yeah.
would have done much, but I
It would have
mean,
died here.
maybe like yeah, there at that moment, I think would
Yeah,
have gone down to
exactly.
that. So
I
that
mean,
that that would have made a difference. But I mean,
still,
it's
like
not that much
only
of a difference.
only Clef died this game, like nothing else died, so it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't affect that much. And as you can
Yeah.
see, the Shackle set is like Infestation, Rock Slide, Protect.
Mm-hmm.
This is a single Shackle.
Yeah. Infestation is just a really weird bring because it
Yeah,
does like so little damage. If you're
I
gonna
can
do
understand
resist,
Stealth
it
Rock.
yeah. Hazards is just very it's, you don't do it.
Yeah, because it's not enough damage, but here
Yeah.
against Shedinja, against possible Shedinja, I can understand, but still,
Yeah, I mean, for
Sandstorm would be
Shedinja.
better.
Yeah.
Like literally, Sandstorm would at least give you special defense and would damage everything else.
Mhm.
So that's the first game, and the second game was total Shedinja win.
Oh
Since like
yeah,
ally switch, and it's so stupid that one shouldn't get ally
yeah.
switch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Shedinja with ally switch, it's like you really just have to like hit both slots because otherwise it's just gonna be a waste.
exactly. Like it's 50. Ally switch is always 50-50, but with Shedinja, it's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this, Alex moved to 2-0 and Devon moved to 0-2.
Mhm.
So I think we can all agree that for this week we have to put Devon in C tier
Yeah.
and Alex to Sedley S tier.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it is.
Yeah,
One only has wins, one only has losses. Just stick
yeah.
them in there.
I started with the easier rankings. So next one is
Yeah.
my game against Spencer.
Mhm.
So in this game, like I think I had the matchup. I was so sure of the what is called colossal could I won with setting
Yeah.
up surf, and I was only scared of Scarf Urshifu to kill me before I can move,
Mhm.
which didn't happen. It was a Southwest, I think. So
Yeah, I
it was
think
an
I
easy
remember
game.
that it lived something probably because it was Assault Vest, right?
Yeah, it's lit. It says dark, but it's the water type. I think it shows that because we didn't see it yet. But
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
water
I
type,
think
and it lived the max grass.
in team preview, I think it's just the
Yeah,
default is the dark one, so
I wasn't planning on Dynamaxing Jolteon, but Jolteon is actually really underrated this generation. It's
mhm.
really great with Dynamax.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's
overall,
fast and it's strong, so giving it a bit more giving it just a bit more oomph with the Dynamax, it's
exactly.
can put in work.
As you can see, it's layered it's Dynamax, but it's still layered the
Mm-hmm.
Max Electric from Jolteon, which it
Yeah.
shouldn't normally. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, Jolteon was good, Audino was good with healing and such. So overall, that was the first game, and the second game was it
Yeah,
wasn't because of the assault test. It wasn't a colossal swap, by the way. But again, we saw the spikes here. No, not spikes, toxic spikes.
Yeah, that that's just don't don't ever do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't ever use
Don't ever
toxic
do.
spikes.
That's even worse.
Yeah,
Like
even
Perish
worse
Song is
than
good.
yeah.
Okay, it's not good, but it can be
Well,
good.
yeah, Parish Song can be good. It's just usually you have support to back up Parish
Yeah,
Song,
you
like
need to live.
trapping. And yeah, so you need like bulky mons that can trap your stuff and survive to take them out with Parish Song. But I mean, there's no support for that. It's just a random tech move on the Absol.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was an interesting matchup, considering also like uh the Roserate lived the max Vocalite, which it could only do if it was like max HP and max special defense, and it was
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't understand that Brink. It's like one of your offensive ones. It could have been offensive.
Mm.
So Spencer like can get better still, but
Yeah,
overall,
I think the potential is there. It's just, learning how to do doubles versus singles.
overall again, I'm gonna put myself here as the
Mm-hmm.
2-0, and then I'm gonna put Spencer. Where's Spencer here? As the O2 team. Now we're
Yeah.
going to the hard parts.
Oh, jeez.
So wait, let's do yours next. Where is you? Okay,
I
here.
want to be reminded of now.
Haha.
Feels bad to get owned by Paul.
I
But I mean,
mean,
I guess you helped build the team, right?
but
So.
like he played much better than I expected, and he adjusted much better than I expected. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely this first turn where I didn't surf, I was just like, oh man, I really should have surfed. But
Would
it's like,
have.
I see a fairy type and I see a grass type. I'm like, okay, one of them's gonna proc the weakness policy, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Clearly.
We
Yeah.
discussed for example, we discussed the grass type attack. Then we said, okay, it's good against Tyranitar, but it doesn't one shot, I think,
Yeah.
especially in Sand, and it needed the dragon type as just, like lowering the attack is always fine.
Mm-hmm.
And we needed the fire, I don't remember for what exactly.
I mean, I don't know. What do I have that's weak to
For
fire?
Chandelure, we had the ancient power.
I guess I have a couple grass types. Uh,
Yeah, I guess that those were the which it can wall the
mm-hmm.
executor, so that's why we went with fire, I guess. Do you have another fairy than Rapidash? Do you have a grass
Yeah,
fairy?
Togekiss. I
Togekiss, yeah,
don't.
no, no.
I don't have a grass fairy now.
Oh, interesting.
I wanted to get Whimsicott, but I was like, I'm either gonna get Whimsicott or Togekiss. I wanted to get Togekiss.
Like, I was pretty sure the grass was bad. I don't remember why we had the fire though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to change the weather. I don't
Yeah,
know.
changing the weather is valuable.
So other than that, did you said you aim for the
I aimed for the Stack Attacker, and then the ally switch happened, so it would have targeted the Dedenne
so
because
it wouldn't change much.
it was that slot. It wouldn't have changed much, but it would have at least gotten like a kill.
Yeah,
It's just
that's fair.
it's just
That's fair.
annoying with like that
By the way, the funny thing is
that tiny accuracy drop.
resisted gyro ball does more than rock slide.
Mm-hmm.
Since this is the slowest mon, that's the fastest mon. He shouldn't click rock slide. He should have just clicked the gyro ball to kill.
Yeah.
So the second game was more close. I think closer, but with the thunder waves and not thunder
Yeah,
waving.
all the para hacks. It's like and I was thinking, I was like, well, paralysis could be a problem, so I'll bring a Lumberry on one of my Pokemon, but it
Was
ended
this
up
a
being
roll?
the
I
one
didn't
that's weak.
look.
It's weak to electric type,
Yeah.
so it just got hit by the attacks instead.
Was the Zen headbutt a roll?
The Zen headbutt, I don't fully remember if it was a roll or not. Uh, just because like the way I have to do calcs, it's like okay, I have
Yeah.
to fucking just like
Limited
some
time.
things don't
Limited
have
time.
sets. Yeah,
I mean,
but
that would have.
I was just thinking at the very least. I was like, I didn't know if it was going to be faster or
Let's
not.
see.
Like,
I
generally,
don't have time.
I knew that unless it was scarfed, my both of my things would be faster. So I
Yeah.
targeted the same slot just because it's like, well, in case he has a sash, I don't want him to live.
Yeah, doubling was makes sense. I mean, it could have
Yeah.
dynamics as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if it were to die, you would have won that game easily, like because also Chargeback was gonna die to Rock type move probably,
Mm-hmm.
or at least gonna lose a lot of health because Chargeback was really really good in this game. Like it
Yeah.
didn't die; it still survived after this point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thick
that's
bug.
crazy. That's a tick bug.
It is cool just because of this is like a the draft league, and so the pool of stuff is smaller. It's cool just seeing these like things that like don't get any usage at all just in regular VGC play. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
actually could put
I
in
mean,
work.
last week Togepi did stuff. This week Chargeback did stuff. Like in
Yeah.
my team, for example, Algino did stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you never see these mons on like Desene did pretty good.
Yeah.
I think you don't see it as in regular VGC.
Yeah.
I think
No.
that in the doubles these mons had niches. In singles you can still like nobody ever draws Chargeback. That's also what I like about doubles as well.
Yeah.
So how would you rank you two?
I mean, I'd put myself it's like I want to put myself in A, but I mean I'll put myself in B for the shame of losing to Paul. But I don't know if I would put Paul above me. I think maybe he would also be in B. I'm not sure.
Let's do it like this. Just slightly above you,
Yeah,
but it's
just
still
slightly.
Paul.
Yeah, but it's still Paul.
Yeah, I understand. I think that's
Yeah,
fitting. Like
we can't
this is
we
the
cannot
shame
allow
week.
ourselves. Yeah, we cannot allow ourselves to put Paul in A tier. He has to
Exactly,
stay in
exactly.
beer.
He needs to win at least a few more in a row, and then the whole league to just move to A. Still
Yeah.
not S. So let's go to the biggest surprise of the week, I guess. Matt versus Red. Red's name
Yes.
I should have learned by now. I mean it's been there for a few times now, but I mean we will learn eventually.
Yeah.
So this is the biggest surprise of the week, I think, because Matt won, and I'm pretty sure it's the exact same team he used in week 1.
Yeah, it's like literally. I don't know if it's the same set, but it's definitely the exactly same lineup.
I'm pretty sure it is, and because it was Specs Coco again last week.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess sometimes doing the same thing a second time will just work.
Like, I mean, while I was prepping, I prepped for the 6 months my opponent didn't bring first week because they don't want to get the
Yeah,
cutting,
it's more likely that they'll show up.
Yeah, that's why he did the unexpected. That was actually a really smart play. Well done, well done.
Yeah.
Other
Well,
than
there's only so many times he could do
Yeah.
that, and now we know exactly what team he's bringing.
Exactly.
This week. So,
But
it's a gambit.
exactly not sure if he knows that he doesn't have to Gigantamax Rillaboom because he Gigantamax Rillaboom in all 4 games so far.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he thinks that he drafted it as a Gigantamax, so he's Gigantamaxing it.
Yeah.
First,
well, I mean, it's kind of like when people, in old draft leagues, when you would, when you draft a Mega, you would almost always Mega your Pokemon, except for stuff like, if you want to get like a speed boost off of your Sharpedo, but it might just be residual from that. It's like, oh well, if it's a Gmax, I have to Gmax it. But I like that we have in this format where you can Dynamax whichever one you want, because sometimes your Gmax isn't the best choice. There's lots of other things you can bring.
Exactly. And I actually here I have to applaud to him. Like, he lost Tapu Koko turn one without doing anything, but he still managed to play solid.
Yeah.
And I think Red paid for using Pikachu. Like, that's a big mistake.
Pikachu didn't do anything in either of those games, and I'm not sure what it was supposed to be doing.
It's tied to Dazzling Gleam, like spread Dazzling Gleam from Coco, and then I can understand Tail Slap, but like Dazzling Gleam is too much.
Yeah, it's if a Pokemon is that frail and it's not moving first, then put a sash on it.
Yeah, the Sash could have been.
Light Ball is way too greedy.
Kotoni, I wanna say, but I don't know what Pikachu had. Like,
I mean, I would guess Light Ball, but yeah.
I was expecting Fake Out on that turn, for example. It didn't use it. I don't know what was the set. I didn't check. So he was our first place last week, but
he was number 1.
So the disappointment makes me want to put him to B. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like I feel like he could have done better.
Yeah, could have done much better. I mean, it's not even a 2-1, it's a 2-0. And because of that, I will put Matt into A. But like it's really same team and he won.
It's really weird to put him up there, and the rest of the season going forward, he could just go immediately back down again.
Yeah, probably this is the only week, so I want to give it to him.
We have to reward him at least for this week.
Exactly. I'm using the same 6 months is not the smartest thing, but it's also really next level smart.
Yeah, thing to do. So, it's so small brain that it becomes big brain.
Exactly. So I gotta give him to A. Then we have Bryce versus Spencer, the second. So their game, actually they had 3 games. So this was the closest game this week, and
and actually had 3 games.
Bryce won last week, and Spencer lost to me. And this game, I think, like, they both had solid ideas, like for speed control, for like self-destruct with Gengar is always smart.
Self-destruct Snorlax. It's like you don't necessarily expect it, but it's like, oh yeah, that is a thing that Snorlax can do.
It is, but like, for example, I didn't understand the Icy Wind with self-destruct. I mean, it maybe tried to break Sash on bots.
Yeah,
but like self-destruct was gonna kill bots. I don't know.
Yeah, I would only think it'd be for sash breaking, because Snorlax is always going to go last. It's too slow.
Yeah.
So I see Wind to like speed control that's something you would do if you have like kind of like a mid tier speed mon.
Exactly.
But
in the game,
I mean, still that explosive play still did a big. Is still crazy.
And Spencer really committed to actually this lead, like setting up the Aurora Veil and then, sweeping with the Inteleon. Inteleon is weak. It's not too weak, but it's really, really actually, like damage-wise, it's lacking. And against the Kartana, I don't know even with the Aurora Veil if I would, Dynamax it.
Yeah, it's definitely... It's pretty, it's pretty mid, I would say.
Also, like, I would have called this bad play here. Like, he, I think he thought he could have killed Inteleon with the fighting, but you're already getting +1 if you kill.
Yeah.
And if you set the grassy terrain, you are getting +1 from the terrain as well, basically.
Yeah.
Since terrain is gonna buff, I would have just used the terrain and get some healing as well.
Yeah, the beast boost, you already get the +1 built in. Trying to get the greedy additional +1.
Yeah, Kartana doesn't need that much attack anyway to kill any of this.
Yeah, it already has abnormally high attack, so
exactly.
Don't get greedy. It'll bite you.
So this is the last one, I think. Yeah, basically again the same lead, and this time it didn't Dynamax it and Inteleon died, but Durant is so good. With
Yeah,
the right support, Durant can win
that
any
is a
game.
good Dynamax target. Much better than a Teleon.
Yeah, exactly. Like two of the ones died before doing much, but it's still, Durant did
Yeah,
got 2 kills. I think
it
3
puts
even.
it puts in the work. It's just that the hustle boost, and then always being able to hit. Thanks to Dynamax. It's just good.
Exactly.
This part was like, I was like, oh great,
Yeah.
how's this gonna end?
I mean, it was like, doesn't Uxie wins all the time? Because like it can yawn again. I think it had the berry, right? Am I mistaken?
I don't remember what
Because we
item
saw
it
how much
had.
Fire Punch does. Fire Punch does 24%. Like it needs to hit 3 times. So it can yawn again and then do Side Shock. I
Yeah.
think either way,
Yeah,
Uxie wins.
I was thinking that, I mean, Uxie was gonna win out, but like, just what if he wakes up and there's like, a crit or something?
Yeah,
That could
that's
change things.
crit could have hurt.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So for these times, I would like to put both of them in the A tier.
Yeah, it was a good match for both of them.
Yeah, exactly. So the last one is Sam versus Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say Ryan, as like one of my closest friends on the server, played terribly. Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say sorry because he said that he's not gonna watch this week because for example,
he's shamed.
this is such a big misplay. For example, like it's so clear that this one is gonna set the TR and
Yeah.
protect is too obvious, and it activated the weakness pulse. It could have just max flying and hyper voice to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand not proccing the staff weakness policy in the first turn because like there could be sash on something, so hyper voice is better. But max flying would have been much better than max fighting because it helped. Actually, he helped Drampa to sweep.
Yeah.
So the first game was, I think, a huge misplay overall. And after the trick room was set, he didn't have much because
he couldn't really do anything at that point. Like,
he has trick room ones in the back, like Pink Turchin, Araconite, but neither does anything to Drampa.
Yeah.
So the second game is the curse was an interesting bring, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, that's definitely like a move you never see, except for in the
except for
setup.
Snorlax.
Yeah, but it's like it does do like a pretty decent chunk. So putting it on a mon that can like eat hits, it'll do like a fourth. So
yeah, it's a fourth turn, kind of like
on
a
something
single
like
target
Sylveon.
Perish Song.
Yeah.
Basically, you need to swap out to get it out. Mm-hmm. So in the second game didn't go much different. He led the same thing again, but this time against these two. And we actually prepped against this lead with him. I said I came up with Adrenaline Orb Sylveon to just be faster than Landers and set the Reflect. He didn't. He made it sassy, so it was really slow actually. Even with the Adrenaline Orb, it was slow. So that was a prep mistake. Anyway, the second game is again, he went heavily on the Hawlucha lead, and Hawlucha just got weakened really, really badly first turn.
Yeah.
Then
Hawlucha can be really strong, but it also is pretty frail. You gotta be really careful with when you're using Hawlucha.
Yeah, for example, setting up the terrain here, it was also Dynamaxing there was also a mistake. He could have Brave Bird do almost same damage, and then Dynamax something else later in the game.
Yeah.
Even Sylveon, for example.
Yeah, I mean, Sylveon's pretty thick, so Dynamax Sylveon, it can eat hits.
Yeah, or he could have brought Dusclops to just set up the Trick Room earlier.
Yeah.
So he had stuff going on, but I think like he could have played much better because in the end he had to count on Herdier to sweep. Like, it's not gonna.
Yeah, Herdier is not a sweeping one.
Yeah, it was an offensive one. I think it had the attacks and such, but like still, it's Dusclops and Herdier. It's not gonna break a Tapu Fini.
Yeah,
Probably is not gonna break Tapu Fini as well.
No one is afraid of a Dusclops Herdier combination.
Exactly.
You don't look at that and think, oh no, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. So he had outs, but he didn't play into them. And for Sam, I would say I was always saying he can always improve and coming strong, and I don't think Sam played anything wrong in either game. Even like here, just to this, he swapped bringing Stonejourner to get the one hit KO with the Max Dragon because he wouldn't get it otherwise. And then he swapped this back to just go to his other Trick Room. Like, even this is a really smart move.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, and the first week he just really didn't have a grasp on doubles. But I mean, obviously he's smart, he's good at Pokemon, and he has like a pretty solid team. So I can see him doing really well if all he has to do is like care enough to learn, and then he can do really well.
Exactly. We believe in you, Sam. You can do it.
Yeah.
So I will put Ryan into B.
Yeah.
And let's put Sam into
A. Yeah.
So we have
seems good. A pretty even split. Yeah, that seems fair.
Put Paul here because he won.
Yeah, he at least deserves to be top of B.
Exactly. So basically, this is our rankings for week 2. I think that's fine.
I think
I'm
that's
not
fair.
gonna swap anything. See you guys next week then. This week we will have some fun games. We hope maybe more close games this time.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, like, none of the games were close other than the Bryce Spencer one. But like,
I'd like to see more game 3s.
People get better. Like, we saw improvement in Paul, we saw improvement in Sam, Matt even.
I mean, you could argue that because he won. So
we can argue that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's hope in the week 3 we will get more closer and better games maybe. But for now,
let's see if let's just see if the 2 undefeated ones will stay undefeated.
Yeah, exactly. I'm playing Bryce. Yeah, I'm playing Bryce. It's one of the stronger. I think Alex is playing Paul. So Alex is probably going to, but
I mean, who knows?
I don't know if I can win. Yeah.
Well, we'll see about that.
So good luck to you on your game as well.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay, have a nice day, everyone, wherever you are, whoever you are.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I wish I